Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey there.
Welcome to Flower Friday. My name's Amanda.
I'm Sherry.
And we're the mother-daughter designers at Monroe Home, where we help you transform the ordinary home into an extraordinary home.
That is right, and today we have a beautiful spring wreath we're going to make. I am so excited about this one.
Oh, I'm so excited about this one too. We're going to be using some gorgeous yellow and pink flowers.
Yes, yes.
Let's go ahead and show them what we're working with.
We're going to use a 14-inch grapevine wreath, and then we've got some beautiful yellow roses.
Oh, I love these. Look at these.
These are some
pink
daisies. Aren't those gorgeous? I love these. And then we've got some cabbage roses, pink cabbage roses, and then this beautiful vine greenery that we're going to be using. So this one's going to be a little different. Oh, and we do have some boxwood. And we may even use some pretty wildflowers. Some baby's breath, but I'm not sure yet. But we're going to see.
Yeah.
This is going to be a little different, but I love this particular style. It is different, and I think you're going to like it.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and start making our bow. Now we're making what's called a loopy bow, and this bow is going to serve a purpose, and you will see in just a little while.
Yep.
So we've got some really pretty ribbon. I'm using all 1.5 inch ribbons, and these are wired ribbons. So I've just got a solid yellow, got a solid pink, and then I have this gorgeous watercolor.
Love this ribbon.
Isn't that so pretty?
That just screams spring.
I love that ribbon.
Me too.
And I've got my tails already pre-cut at 28 inches. And now all of the tails, the loops, everything are going to be the same size with this bow. Now this ribbon, I believe, came from 5th Street Studio.
On Etsy.
On Etsy. She has a website as well, so you can look her up. I believe that's where the watercolor print came from.
Yes.
So now I am using my Bow Dabra bow maker to make this bow, and I've just cut a long piece of wire. This is 26 gauge floral wire, and I've just doubled it over, so I've got a loop on one end here, and then I've got my 2 open ends, and I put it down into my Bow Dabra, just like that, and just tuck it under and sit it right down on top. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of my tails in.
And see, she's just putting them all in at the same time.
And just make sure they're even. You just want to make sure you've got them there in the center. Okay, and I'm actually going to start with my yellow. And I've got my ribbon pre-cut. Now this ribbon is the same on both sides, so it does not matter which side you put face down. You just want to make sure you leave a 1/2 inch or an inch over here. I've got this over here on my left-hand side. And then I'm going to make my loops. These are about 6-inch loops. Now I'm not measuring, and they don't have to be perfect, but if you wanted to use a measuring mat, you definitely could. Now I'm going to add in my second ribbon, which is my pink. Again, it's the same on both sides, so I just put it right down in my Bow Dabra.
And you see, she's just alternating ribbons.
Now what I do to make sure that they're the same size, I just take the one in front of it, just like that, and I just pull the loops and make sure they're even. Okay, and now I'm going to add in my pretty watercolor. Now this one is different on each side. So you've got your pretty printed side, and then we've got our plain white side. So in order for our pretty printed side to be shown with the loops, I have to put the printed side face down. So put that face down, and I make my loop, and you see now I've got that pretty loop. And then when I get over here, I have to twist. So I just make a nice little twist, and there I've got my pretty loops. So now I'm going to start back over with my yellow, just like that, and make my loop, and then my second loop.
And you see, she just pulls it up. Whichever one she's using, you just pull that up.
So I'm going to pull up my pink, and again, I'm alternating colors. Make my last 2 loops. So this particular bow is 12 loops, so it's got 6 loops on each side. So now I pull up my watercolor ribbon, which is my last ribbon, make my loop, and then my very last loop. Okay. I got just a little bit extra, more than I need right there, so I'm just going to cut that off. Okay. So this is what it looks like And now I've got to take it out. And so when I do, I just take my loop here and I put my finger through the loop. I always keep my thumb right here on the center to make sure that when I pull it up, all my ribbons don't go flying out.
Because they will very quickly. And you don't want that.
No, that's not good. So I put my 2 ends right there through that loop. Got caught up. And I just pull it up and kind of wiggle it back and forth. Just like that. I'm going to move that out of the way.
Okay.
So I wiggle it back and forth, and that just makes sure it's really secure in there. And I do all of that right before I open my wires. I pull it around back and I twist. I twist about 5 or 6 times. And that's just going to make sure it's really tight.
Yeah, you want to make sure it's tight.
So this is what it looks like. Now we've got to make our loopy bow, and so we've got to fluff out our loops. I just kind of twist my tails so that they're in the front. And then I pull one loop one way and one another. And I fluff them out all the way around the bow. Now this particular style bow, you want it to be very airy, loopy.
And you'll see why shortly.
So to me, 12 loops is perfect for this one.
Yes. Yeah, and you know, when you're fluffing that one, you're going to think, oh, they're just falling back down and all. But that's okay because of what we're fixing to do with it. You do want them really airy and open like that.
Yeah, and that's why you want to make sure they're all the same size.
Yes.
Now I have to attach it to my grapevine wreath. Okay, and the first thing you want to do, I'm going to actually put my bow on the top, like she's got hers. So grapevines are not always completely round. I wish they were, but they aren't.
Most of the time they are not.
So sometimes you'll get some that are kind of thicker on one side than the other. So what I do is I just kind of look at it and kind of play around with it, see how it lays or how it stands.
And if you can hang it, that's even better because that way you can kind of drop it. I do this 2 or 3 times just to make sure that it's going to hang correctly.
So you want to find a good center. So I'm going to put mine right here at the top. And I'm just going to wire this right to the grapevine. Now, this is a pretty thick wreath that I have here. So I'm actually going to weave it into the grapevine a little bit. Get that wire. So I just pull it through, and then I'm just going to wire it right there. Just like that.
Yeah, if it's a thinner wreath, you can just go from, you know, the top and the bottom of the wreath and twist it. But when it's that thick, it just holds better if you kind of weave that through.
Yeah. Okay, and so you'll have to definitely fluff it out.
Yeah.
But I'll do that once I get it where I want it.
Move that over there. And now we are going to start greening our wreath. And I have cut some of the pieces. This actually came on a vine just like this. It is beautiful. Whoops, there's some I had cut. A beautiful vine. And now this particular one came from Joann's, but you can get these at just about anywhere. I know I've seen them at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. But they are so pretty. And we've just cut off some pieces of it. And I'm going to take a couple of my pieces. Let's see. You want to make sure that when you're putting in your first 2, you want to make sure that your first 2 are even. So, once you cut it, just make sure they're about the same length. And I'm going to put this one on this side at the top. I'm just coming in, and I'm going to have that just kind of hanging right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this other side.
And those of you who are joining us, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Y'all be sure to let us know that you're watching us and where you're watching us from.
Yes, we love to hear about that. And make sure to let me know what the weather is like. I hear that there is snow all over the place. We don't have that here yet. Hopefully we won't. We are in the south, so hopefully we won't have
it seems
too much, because here, if it snows, we're closed down for a week if it snows an inch. So some places can handle it. We're not one of those places. Okay.
Seems kind of strange to be doing a spring wreath and we're talking about snow, doesn't
I know,
it?
it does. Okay, now I'm going to put my second piece in. And I've got the first piece I'm just going to kind of lay over into my bow just like that. And I've got my second piece along the outside. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. And I'm just going to take that first piece and kind of move my loops around and just hang it through my bow a little bit. Now we'll be fixing that a little better shortly. So let me get a couple more of my pieces.
And you can really use as much or as little of this greenery as you want.
I tell you what, first I'm going to do, I'm going to put a couple of my short pieces at the top. Because you see, we've got our bow, but we don't have anything behind it. And so I'm going to take a couple of these shorter pieces just to have right behind my bow. Just like that. Okay. That's glue. Alright. So now I'm going to put this one between the two that I've already got, and it's going to just hang down just a little bit further, just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side. Whoops.
So it's kind of wild.
Yep, and you just want to make sure that you've got it even through the whole thing. Boy, that glue is stringy all of a sudden. Okay.
And for those of you that are new to us, we are using a glue skillet.
Yes.
We don't use a glue gun. Typically when we make our wreaths, we always use a glue skillet. And it's basically, it's made by Sherbonner. It's a pot full of glue pellets. And it just makes it easier for us, those of us making wreaths, because we have both of our hands free.
Yes, it's an amazing tool, so we highly recommend these. All right, now I still want one to kind of go through, so I'm actually going to put this in so that it's just like that. I'm going to put it straight in, but I'm going to have the greenery falling forward, and I'm going to put this straight in the center back so that it comes straight down the middle of my bow, just like that. And we will have to fluff the bow several times, so don't worry about that. I do tend to mess with it a while.
I play with mine a lot because
I do play with it because
it drives me crazy.
It does me too. But,
trust me, we'll make it pretty at the end.
Yes, we will. So all right. Now we've got another one that we've got.
I was going to say, if you just like greenery, you could just
fill it up
you could
just do it just like this. That's right. Now this one I'm going to come up under, and I'm going to have that hanging right bottom center, just like that.
Save that for later. I may add some more later.
Yeah. Now I'm going to add a couple more right at the top because I still don't have the height here that I'm looking for, so I am going to add that one just right in there. I think I'll add this one over here on this side just a little.
So if you guys are making wreaths or other DIY projects, let us know in the comments what you're working on right now.
Yes.
I mean, we've already just full force gone into spring.
Oh,
like,
yes. Yes, we have.
Winter's not even here anymore.
Yep, that's right. Forget that.
Yeah. Once it's Christmas, Christmas is over.
I love my
it's all about spring
so
for
that's
us.
Right. That is right.
But she's not excited that we could possibly have snow, but
no, I'm not.
me and
I know
my
the
kids are a little excited,
yes.
so
I hate to feel so bad about having it come because I know the kids do enjoy it.
like
but
one day of it's fine.
at least if it just comes and goes
Yeah,
in a hurry,
comes and goes.
that's, that's okay. I can deal with that. Okay, I'm just kind of making sure I've got it. Whoops, that one came out, so let me add some more glue to that. All right, now then. Okay, now we're going to start adding, and I'm probably going to add a little more of my greenery after we add some of our flowers. So the first thing I want to add are these gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous daisies.
Now these came from Joann.
They did, and
they're just really pretty. So if you can
gorgeous.
find these, I would highly recommend
and they
getting
actually
some.
have these in yellow and in orange. So I thought a wreath of just these daisies, all in the different colors, would be gorgeous.
Definitely.
Okay, the first one we're just going to take, and you see we're leaving our stems long. And that's so that we can let them fall just like we want to. So we're going to have this one just kind of falling down just like that. And we're going to do the same thing on this other side. We just want these two to be relatively even. They don't have to be perfect, but we do want them to be fairly even.
This is one wreath that you do want it to be pretty symmetrical. It doesn't have to be
on each side.
perfect.
If you don't have it close, it's just going to look like a big mess, and you don't want that. So by keeping them about even, that's going to make the whole thing look like it's supposed to. So the little one of the daisies we're going to put right in the top.
Yeah, just a little bit higher than you put the other, because you kind of want it peeking out.
Just peeking out over your bow, just like that. Okay.
And you can readjust your greenery around.
Yeah, and we may, like I said, I may have to add some extra, but we'll figure all that out.
Yeah.
But now we've got these pretty rosebuds that I want to add.
Oh, aren't these pretty? These are from Joann also, and they are so realistic
They
looking.
really are. They are gorgeous. I've been so thrilled with the flowers that I've seen so far. Now these are going to do the same thing. They're going to just kind of fall, but they're going to be in between our daisies, just like that.
And I love yellow and pink together.
I do too.
I don't know about you guys, but I love this color combination.
One of my favorite combinations. I have several, but this is one of them that I just love. Okay.
And you can
make sure they're even.
You can bend your flowers because we do keep the stems long. We'll bend the kind of the head of the flower and adjust it and maneuver it where we want it to go. So like these are not exactly in completely even on mine, but I'm kind of bending them and manipulating them to go where I want them.
Now I'm coming back and putting one more of my greenery, pieces of greenery on my side because I don't have it as full as I wanted it. So now I just put that there. Let's see, do I need one on? I don't think I even need one on the other side. Okay. All right. So now this one we also have this little rosebud that's got the cute little buds with it. So we're going to take this one and we're going to go up under and have this coming out from up under the wreath, just like that. Okay, now we're going to take our cabbage roses, and these are pretty too. I love these. love, love, love this color. Now these I'm going to actually put on the inside. Can't get them in. There we go.
Being tricky.
Yep. It's right in there.
And really, with this kind of loopy bow, it's almost like you just want, you know, everything to kind of grow out of it.
That's
The
the
greenery,
whole
the
thing.
flowers, so that the loops are kind of just intertwined with the flowers and everything
Yep.
you've got going on. So really, with the big flowers, you're kind of framing
We're
that
kind of framing it.
loopy bow.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay.
Where'd you put your other pink one? You put it up more?
Which one?
This one on the side? Looks like it's a little
Oh,
bit
yeah,
higher
both of them are on the side. See?
up. Okay, I see it.
Yeah. Yep.
So make sure.
Okay, and yep, I keep playing with the bow, but okay, now I've got some pretty little yellow roses.
And these are from Hobby Lobby. We use
Yes.
these all the time.
All the time.
Love their little roses.
And the first one I'm just going to have at the top, right about the middle, and just coming down into my bow, just like that.
We're still putting it through the grapevine.
Yep. Yep. You know, you can do it directly to the ribbon, but I feel like they hold better if you just move your loops aside and hit it into the grapevine. I think they will hold better for you like that.
I agree. I think they do.
All right. So this one I'm going to put down in here just like that.
And then you're just kind of pulling your loops around your flowers to kind of even it out. Even everything out.
Exactly. This one I'm going to just kind of come up under so that I can put it in that spot. And then I'm going to put this one. Let's see. I think I'll put this one on this side at the top. Just like that. Now, one piece of my greenery just came out, so let's put that back.
I think I'm going to add just a little bit more
Yeah, I'm gonna need to.
of the wispy greenery here.
Yeah, I see
To
a
my
couple
sides.
of places that I need to add.
I just want to make sure. It's okay, you know, if a little bit of the grapevine is showing.
Yes, this is one that it's perfectly fine to have some of it showing, and we still are going to add some boxwood throughout. But I do want that vine to be the one that you really see. So I think I need one more piece of my vine, but it doesn't need to be too long.
Did you use, you know, you have one more of these left too, I see.
Which one?
One
My
more
little bud. Yeah, I'm
roses.
going to put
Little
it in there
rosebuds.
somewhere in just a minute. But I'm going to cut one more piece about this long that I'm going to put down on this side under my bow. So I'm just going to stick it down under there just like that, and I just pulled it out. So wait just a second. There we go. Just want to make sure that I've got it all full through there. Okay, so now I want to go in with some of my boxwood and some of my little baby's breath. So first I think I'm going to use some of my baby's breath.
And this boxwood is pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it has like a little bit of a pink. Little pink berries.
So pretty. And that's from Michael's. So, okay. I am going to first, I just want to kind of fill in between my flowers around the outside with my boxwood.
And I
said boxwood. I meant
baby's breath.
Baby's breath. Sorry.
And I actually like adding the white in here because to me it almost makes the other colors pop even more.
That's exactly right. Boy, I have not seen the glue do quite this bad. I must not have the temperature right.
Probably got it a little too low.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just coming in between and just putting my baby's breath all around and through the flowers. And I'm with you. I think that this actually helps all the other colors to pop by doing that.
And really anywhere you have little holes too, that maybe you have a little bit too much grapevine, or you just want to kind of just fill in, you can put that through there.
Yeah, that works really, really well. Okay. Put a couple more of the pieces. I'm going to put one of these so that it's showing right in the middle of my bow. Just like that. And you see that we push everything up to the top of the stem, because when you get it, the flowers will be just kind of all down the stem. So just kind of push them towards the top.
Yeah, this one's kind of hard to pull. I'm trying to pull it to the top.
Some of them are
being a little tricky. I'll get it different, I think.
Okay, now I may add a little more of the baby's breath, but baby's breath, but I first want to add some more boxwood, some of my boxwood. And like she said, these are so pretty. Look at the little pink berries. Aren't those cute? I love these. And I'm going to start right here on the side, anywhere that I've got like a little hole around my flowers. That's where I'm going to put this.
And really, I mean, if you wanted to stop now, you could.
Yes, you really could.
Because, you know, they're full as they are.
Yes.
And see, we are leaving the bottom exposed.
Yes.
So it's got that natural grapevine look down there.
Exactly. So she's right. You can use as much or as little of this.
Sorry. Can I have just a little bit more of the greenery?
Oh, yes.
I feel like I need a little bit more here on the bottom.
There you go.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
I don't have quite enough.
Okay, now I'm just going to put some right up in the middle. So I'm going through just like I did my greenery. And going to have that just like that. It's definitely spring. Screams spring.
Yeah, but really, you could use it all
Yeah, you
summer
really
long. I mean,
could.
this is a good transition. You can use it
Definitely.
spring, summer. This would be a good Mother's Day wreath.
Oh, wouldn't it though? It would be the perfect Mother's Day wreath. Okay. I'll add a couple more pieces. Oh, it's looking so pretty.
Yeah, this is a really pretty one. This is a one that also would be great if you have double doors.
Oh, it certainly would, yes, because it's not overpowering, but yet would just be really, really pretty.
And we're using a 14-inch for this, but you could use a grapevine. I mean, grapevine. An 18-inch
Oh, definitely.
grapevine if you
Definitely.
wanted it even larger, like if you had a really large door or you were using it for double doors.
Yes, yes, you could. Okay. Oops, there's one of my pieces of greenery. I must have dropped it out. Yes, I see where it fell out. So let me put this back in.
Where'd you put your little bud? You never did, did you?
No, I haven't. Whoops. And I had one of them that fell out.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm going to,
See where I want to put.
I think I'm going to put it right here at the top.
One down here.
Right there in the middle. I have one extra, but I don't see anywhere. Well, yes, I do.
I think I'm going to call mine.
I think I
Done.
am too. So pretty.
Of course, I could get carried away and just
I
keep
could too, and that's
adding and adding, and then it's going to be a whole full wreath because I'm just going to keep going and going and going.
Yep, definitely. I'm just kind of bringing out my tails.
Yeah, you can just curl them or you can leave them
You could
straight.
curl them, exactly. Whatever you want it to do is just fine.
Kind of like them to the side, like this. But
Yep.
it's whatever you like.
Yep, exactly. But there we go.
Pretty.
Aren't those pretty? And they're not difficult, and you
I
could
like that
do
with match
this.
hour.
Oh, it would just
That's great.
perfect. And you could do these in different color schemes if you wanted to.
For sure.
I think the key point is that your greenery needs to be a viney type greenery, and you need to go with 1.5 inch ribbon. I think that makes a difference in the look of it. I have tried it with 2.5, and I've done that, but I just think the 1.5 always seems to look better.
Well, and it kind of gives it that more delicate feel with your bow. You don't
It
want
really
too heavy
does.
because, like I said, it's kind of growing out of the flowers and kind of all intertwined. So,
Yeah,
but I love these colors.
I do too. And you could, if you wanted to, you could curl yours. I kind of like them straight, but I'm just going to show them curled.
Yeah, and if you wanted, like, if you are just going to put them on the side here, you could glue them if you wanted to, or just let them hang.
Yep, you could, however you wanted to do.
Now, you are going to want to make sure, whether you're making this for yourself or a friend or you're selling your wreaths, you want to make sure you clean up the back. I actually don't have a whole lot of stems, sticking out, but if you have them, you definitely need to clip those off, and we just use our
and I've got a couple
Stanley wire cutters, clip them off, and you can take your hair dryer, kind of lightly go over it on a low setting, and that's going to get rid of any of those glue boogers.
Yes, it is, because you want it to, and even if you're just doing it for yourself, you know, whether you're selling them or you're doing it for yourself, you want to clean it up so that it looks good. So that's always good. And I even kind of run my hand around the back just to feel if I feel anything that's sharp or sticking out, and then cut it off. So that's what you want to do. And you, like I said, you can do this with any color scheme that you wanted to do.
Yeah, but these are fun. So you should definitely give one of these a try, because it's different. You know, we do have the exposed grapevine here at the bottom, but I love this look.
I do too.
And like I said, this would be a great wreath for double doors.
It definitely would. And you see, it's not that difficult. Like I said, there's the few key things. The greenery needs to be the vine kind, and then the ribbon. But other than that, and leave your stems long so that you can maneuver them where you want them to be.
That's right.
But other than that, you can do this. So y'all go try this, and also make sure that I lost my train of thought. Now, don't you love how that happens? What was I going to say?
I think you were going to say, y'all check out our blog.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
At www.gracemonroehome.com, where we have tons of DIY tips and tutorials. And if you are interested in learning how to make designer wreaths similar to this, maybe even a little bit more elaborate, be sure to join our Design with the Pros Club. We only open a few times a year, so if we're not open when you watch this video, you can be sure to get on the wait list.
That's right.
But if we are open, we would love to have you.
That's right. And you know, we do open, like she said, 4 times a year, so you want to make sure you jump in when you got the chance.
That's right. And if you're watching us on Facebook, y'all be sure to like our Facebook page, follow our Facebook page, so that you get notified. We're live on Facebook 4:00 p.m. Central Standard Time for Flower Friday Live. And if you're watching us on YouTube, y'all be sure to just subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that little bell so you get notified when we release new videos.
That's right. And we enjoy bringing you new designs every week. We hope that you're getting something from this. We certainly enjoy it.
Yeah, these are fun. We love it. We love hanging out with you guys, and we're so thankful for each and every one of you.
Yes, we are. And I hope you all have a wonderfully blessed day. And go make a wreath.
Make
a
something
pretty spring
fun.
wreath.
Maybe it's snowing. Maybe you've got
this will warm
12
you
inches
up.
of snow. Go make a spring wreath.
That's right. That'll warm you up quick. Yep.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.